We're living in a time of terror, asking ourselves why acts of violence keep happening. But the underlying question:
why are we becoming so desensitized and letting this become the norm?
A month of violence. First, a terror explosion at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester. A week later, terror breaks out on the London Bridge as a van barrels into pedestrians and suspects attack with knives. The most recent, a workplace shooting by a former employee in Orlando.
We sort of live in this time where, at least in America, a lot of people are angry. And they're angry about not having a future, economic future.
Psychologist Eddie Renier says economic stress is the driving factor of violence.
While our government brags there's job opportunities everywhere and our unemployment rate's so low, for many Americans that's not real work. It's part-time work, it's minimum wage work.
And it's not enough to raise a family or pay rent, which leads to frustration, anger, and terror.
It's so common that we're becoming desensitized to it, which is, I think, troublesome.
Dr. Renier says the only way to really stop the violence is to open up a line of communication, and he's not talking about your cell phone.
Get to know your coworkers, talk to people, open up, make friends and make connections, because that's how we can identify those people who are in need, and we can talk to them about getting some help.
And above all, Renier says we cannot let violence become the norm.
We should not run our lives in fear. You cannot do that. You can't give in to fear.
Renier says we're all in the same boat and we should have more compassion for one another.